Hey, if you're still awake, tonight I wanted to talk about fear. Not the type of fear that shows up in horror movies, not the type of fear that makes your heart race, the quieter kind. The kind that sits back in the back of your mind and sounds like your own voice. Maybe it's not even your voice. Maybe it's your mom. Maybe it's your partner. Maybe it's your friend. Maybe it's the younger version of yourself. It's the kind that tells you to wait, to stay where it's safe, to not take the risk, to not send that message, to not start the thing you've been thinking about. And the scary part is, it sounds reasonable. It sounds reasonable. When fear tells you not to take the risk, what do? Do you listen to it? Do you abide by it? Or do you buck against it? Do you want to go against the grain? Make yourself uncomfortable. Prove your fear that it's right and not you. I would like to say that when starting this channel, starting this journey, I wouldn't even call this a channel, this journey, it was a lot of fear, I received a lot of compliments with my voice, from women specifically saying, oh, they like my voice, they like my voice, they like my voice. And I tried to be like, oh, that's great, thank you. And they say you should really start something like this to ease, to help, to heal. And I said, okay, I will. So, and here I am today. But that took a lot of fear. That took a lot of my mind saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. But I did it anyway, and here I am. And I think that's why fear gets away with so much. It rarely introduces itself as fear. It doesn't tell you, I'm afraid. Instead, it says the common things that you hear every day. You hear from different people. And those different people are manifestations of fear. And they say things like, maybe next year, maybe when I have more money, maybe when I know more, maybe when I'm ready. And before you know it, months turns into years. And that's fear. That is fear. They tell you, wait till you have more money. Take the chance even when you don't have money. Wait till you're out of debt. No, drive yourself into more debt if that means achieving a dream that could change not only your life, but generations after you. And I'm not trying to be motivational, I'm just being honest. When I first ever skydived, I didn't skydive thinking, oh, I'm so scared, I can't do it. I didn't get scared until I was up in the plane and I was in the sky. And the instructor was like, jump. And I couldn't jump because I was scared. But when I did jump, the fear went away because it was me in the world, me in space. If the parachute didn't work, so be it. What could I do to change it? I couldn't. I could just accept. And that's why I no longer fear, because I just accept. If the parachute didn't work when I skydived and I hit the ground, I would be dead, yeah, but why would it matter? As long as I can say that I did it, that's the fun part. That's the great part about it. This is where you naturally take advantage of all the fear that comes to you. For example, I can give you an example from my personal life. There have been moments in my life where I thought I was being patient, that I was being smart. I thought I was waiting for the right time. But if I'm honest, sometimes I wasn't waiting. I was scared. Scared of failing. Scared of looking foolish. Scared that I might give everything I had and still come up short. Even now, I resonate with that. You know, I give everything that I have every day, every single day, every day. And I still feel like I come up short, but I still walk up to the finish line and tell fear that I'm not scared. I just do. I'm not scared. I just do. I'm not scared. I just do. It's the lie that I tell myself to conquer fear, and it's a great lie. And I've been believing it since. And that's why I want to segment to, the lie that we tell ourselves to conquer that fear. Fear tells us something is dangerous. It tells us certainty. Am I saying that word correctly? I'm sure I am. Certainty exists. It convinces us that somewhere out there, a version of our life where we finally feel ready, where we finally feel confident, where we finally stop doubting ourselves. But older I get, the more I think confidence comes after the decision, not before it. And that's true. You don't have confidence waiting for fear to be settled. You have confidence in making the decision right there, right now. Right here, right now. That is where your confidence comes from. In action. Confidence comes in action. Not in thoughts, not in wonder, not in prayer, but in action, in sacrifice, in decision making. That is where confidence comes from. And that's how you can conquer fear. So regardless of all that, I will ask you a couple questions, you, the listener, from me, the speaker. What have you been putting off? What conversations have you avoided? What dream have you convinced yourself that isn't the right fit? What would you do if fear wasn't allowed to vote? I can tell you what I would do. I'll be a billionaire tomorrow. That's what I would do if fear wasn't allowed to vote. And to be honest, fear isn't stopping me to do it. It's not stopping me at all. What's sacrifice to people who already sacrificed so much? People who went bankrupt and made a comeback. People who had a great ideal, started with nothing, $0, and then turned out to be millionaires, billionaires. What's sacrifice to people who already have nothing? And I want that level of sacrifice because I have nothing. I don't think courage is the absolute of fear. I don't think courage is the absence of fear. I think that's the fun part about recording, right? Recording raw. It breaks the sentence. It's funny. I'll start again. I don't think courage is the absence of fear. I think courage is hearing fear speak and moving anyway. But if you wait until fear disappears, you might be waiting forever. Ooh. That was smooth, right? That was smooth. I think that was smooth. Because if you wait until fear disappears, you might be waiting forever. When I pass away and have a tombstone, put down my tombstone. That was kind of smooth. You guys loving it? Because I like it. I digress. Maybe tonight, ask yourself a simple question. Is this really wisdom? Or is it fear wearing wisdom clothes? I want you to sleep on that one. The room will open again on Thursday night. I'll leave the light on for you.